the big thing about Christianity. You missed this a little earlier. We touched on it a little earlier. The biggest piece of Christianity is surrender. Surrender. Give it over to God. Give it over to
Jesus.
But it's that whole dynamic because, what was Jesus except the consummate victim? The martyr.
Yeah, it didn't work out so good for him, did it?
But you see, that was the epitome of experience 2,400 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the epitome of consciousness, to be able to find that dynamic within the energy, within the consciousness that existed in that age was huge. And the problem is that those that gave over to that religion stopped growing spiritually.
Okay.
Think about that. You want to know the answers to the mysteries of your life? Oh, it's got to be in this book. Oh, look, it's this one. And so it says this, and this. And so I have to follow this. And these are the rules. This is my rule book. Because I cannot be trusted. You cannot be trusted to do it on your own. Because none of you are born with a moral compass, are you? That's a trick question, because you actually are born with a moral compass. So, but again, you're not taught to trust that. You're taught that you're not good enough. The whole dynamic of religion has taught you that you're flawed. You cannot even come into an incarnation without being flawed. What is it? The original sin, right?
Especially women, yeah.
Energetically, there's that. No, we realize that's out in the consensus reality. But again, energy isn't destroyed, right? Energy can be shifted and changed and transmuted, but it can never be destroyed.
So are there a lot of the beliefs about religion are part of the 4D?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When you move to the 5D, you're moving beyond those dynamics of belief of religion. Because you realize you've discovered that the divine is inside of you. The divine exists in your heart center. Your life. Are you alive? Then you're divine. Rocks? Yeah, even they're divine. Their vibration is just slower. Right, so the reason in the Bible Belt is because of the levels of belief that people hold, and because they are given a treatise along the lines of this is the way you have to behave, and if you behave this way, then you will go to heaven. And if you don't behave this way, you will go to hell. Black or white, either or, very adolescent. And so we like to say, and you've heard us say this before many times, is that you all, in your world, you have a 2,000-year-old idea of what the divine is. Why? Because you stopped growing. Why did you stop growing? Because all of the dynamics of reality that used to be passed on through an oral tradition which tends to be very flexible and adjust to the age that you're in, all of a sudden all of that stuff started getting written. And what was the first thing that the supposedly divine word was written in? Stone.
Yeah.
Written in stone. How flexible is stone? And so many of these dynamics of energy that are 4,000 and 5,000 years old and haven't really moved much in the dynamic of your understanding, your relationship and your nature with the divine, it's still, for so many in your world, it's something that's outside of them. It's a set of rules that are easier to follow than their own dynamic of purpose. because it takes a certain measure of courage to step outside of the herd.